welcome back to the only podcast that can have a technical difficulty you'll never know about it. My name is Travis, and I'm here back with Jen.
And we're back.
We're back again. Don't worry about it. It's a thing we're going to handle. We're going to get right into it, of course. Thank you for joining us. We're going to answer some of your questions we didn't get to in the last episode. Hopefully, we'll get through all of them, but we'll see. Let's start with the voicemails, the text messages over on our audio podcast. First one says, "Hey, vidIQ crew. When I'm posting my last video, I noticed hashtags in the back end. Are these like Instagram search tag terms, or how do you use these?" I'm wondering if they mean in the title, or if they mean, when they say back end, they mean in the analytics. Regardless, hashtags, at least on YouTube, not super helpful. The funny thing is, I think they actually are helpful on Instagram, though. I'm not a big Instagram person.
I don't know. I mean, they used to be. I don't even know if that's the case anymore for
Good point.
TikTok or Instagram.
I don't do a lot of Instagram.
I also don't know what I don't know what this person's talking about either.
Are you an Instagram person? Because I'm just not. I'm not really.
No, I actually cut Instagram and TikTok from my life.
Good for you. Look at you.
I watch too much YouTube. YouTube doesn't count.
YouTube and Severance. Okay. Hello, Jen and Travis. Here's the next one. This is my first time writing in, though I've been listening to almost every episode. I've recently. No. Can we give a little shout out to the people who are longtime first times? If you are a long-time first time, that means if you're a long-time listener, first-time writer, inner, let us know so we can acknowledge that.
Well, then they won't be. I guess if they were, but if they do, it's gonna officially make them become one.
Well, at that point, things change. Then your life changes. It's a whole thing. You don't want to know. We have cookies. Anyway. I recently started posting videos on my gaming channel, which I've had since 2022. I initially posted Assassin's Creed videos, then shifted to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now I've returned to the gaming genre that sparked my gaming journey, and I think I've found my niche. JRPGs.
That's amazing. They found their niche.
They found their niche. Do you know what a JRPG is?
I don't know what a J. I know what the J is.
You know what the J is, or you don't know what the J is?
No, I don't know what the J part is.
What's the rest?
A role-playing game.
Right. JRPGs are
junior?
Japanese role-playing games. Junior role-playing games.
Baby games?
They're baby games. They're baby Wii games. I'm wondering if I should keep my older videos up on the channel. My channel is Purple Wolf, in case you want to check it out. Thanks for your advice. So, Jen, your Gentendo channel. Let's say, for example, you launched your Gentendo channel finally after all this time. We've been waiting. And you start off with, let's just say, we'll use similar games. So Assassin's Creed games are, they're kind of action stealth with a story, right? Sparking Zero is like a fighting game. It's just a completely different game. But now they're going to Japanese role-playing games, which are completely different from all of them. But they're all video games. What are you telling this gamer to do?
I mean, their question is whether they should get rid of their old content.
Yes.
If it's getting views. If it's not getting views, we don't care.
If it's not getting views, because you even confused me on that one. If it's getting views, get rid of it or not get rid of it?
Get rid of it.
Okay, all right.
If it's not getting views, it's not doing any harm. You can let it sit there. You can reflect on those good old times playing those games, or you can get rid of it because you don't want to look at it there. But if it's not pulling in any data, it's not hurting your channel with the transition. And then it's just a personal choice. I totally get people want like cleaned up pages. You don't want old stuff on there. You don't want stuff that is not related. But the real thing you have to look at is if it's pulling in the wrong audience, and if it's not getting views, it's not hurting you.
That's a very good point. And I 100% agree. It's more about having good information. Or when I say good, I don't mean like, oh, your videos are great. I mean like accurate information about the audience you're trying to target. And if the other ones aren't, then it's fine. Next text message. Fire! This episode is powerful stuff. This is in reference to the episode I had with Justin Moore. It was a fire episode, by the way. But I wish I had heard it before reaching out to a company for my secondary channel. Spectacularly poor execution on my point. Thanks, Travis, for this excellent episode. I'm ordering the book. Just a little too late.
Oh, man.
Too little.
That's okay. Just be like, oh, sorry, wrong email. Here's what I meant to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like when you used to send the wrong text, you're like, oh, sorry.
Oh, wrong person.
Wrong person.
New phone. Who dis? Sorry about that. I didn't mean that. I know, when I put that pitch out to you and it was terrible. Listen, if you missed that episode, go back and watch it. It's the one with Justin Moore talking about how to pitch to brands and stuff to work with you on your YouTube channel. Incredible stuff. And yes, I think it's hilarious that they're like, oh crap, after listening to the episode, oh, I did it all wrong. Yeah, you probably did, because I do it wrong.
That's really normal, though. Nobody does it right the first time. I can promise you that.
Absolutely.
Especially with Justin's methods, they're so next level. Even people who are getting by still aren't doing it right. Like, that's going to shock just any like level of creator that's doing it.
You're not wrong.
Don't feel bad.
Okay, next one. Hello, Jen and Travis, and maybe John, Dan, or Rob. I have a question. What is the best way to replicate successful videos? Sometimes it's hard to know whether the video went big because of the topic, or the type of video, or a good thumbnail, or a title. What would be the best way to figure out what made a video perform so well so you can do it again? It's a great question. How do you double down? How do you know how do you know what made the thing good? Jen, how did you know?
Sometimes you actually just don't. Sometimes there can be a couple components to a video where you're not going to be able to isolate exactly what that popular thing was on the first time. If you have a, challenge style video and you're like, I'm going to compare Burger King versus McDonald's. Is it the fast food comparison that's really the popular part? Or is it that everyone knows McDonald's and Burger King and like those are the two most popular favorite things in the entire world? Like there's times where you're just not going to be able to know.
Yeah.
But if this was the situation and it was me, I would take a chance on choosing the most similar options to all of those components to the video. So if you have this video that did well and you're looking at a versus style video, you're looking at a challenge component and you're looking at two really popular things, then you're gonna want to think of, okay, well, let me do another versus video and either do two other fast food burger places, or I can do a versus video and let me choose two other, fast food type foods. Maybe I'm going to do French fries from Burger King and McDonald's. So those are the decisions you have to make as a creator. Is there a right one? No, but you have infinite amount of times to make all of those videos with all of those ideas, and they're just going to all strengthen each other at the end of the day. And then eventually, once you have, say 3 to 6 different burger videos, and then you have 3 to 6 to 10, whatever different video, maybe French fry videos or other food videos, you'll be able to then compare analytics and maybe realize, oh wow, it's people just love burgers. And that might be the answer.
You talked about McDonald's, so now I got to get my McDonald's story for the day. Because we're a food podcast, to be honest. We're pretending to be a YouTube authority and helping you grow your channel. But really, we talk about food. So this morning, I'm on this weight loss journey. I'm losing weight. It's going good, whatever. And every once in a while, I let myself have a little, quote, cheat meal. And for whatever reason this morning, I wanted the McDonald's steak, egg, and cheese bagel, which I love so much, and I've had to give up for a long time. And I was like, I want it. And there's this thing I didn't know you could do. Is you can actually customize and ask for additional meat or additional sauce or whatever. So I did that, right? Now, normally, I order through Grubhub and get it delivered to my house, so I don't have to leave my house because I try never to leave my house. But that, it makes it twice as expensive. And it's just for a sandwich. Like, it's ridiculous. The McDonald's is like 7 minutes from my house. So I'm like, I'll just drive up there. I think it was like 7 a.m. or something. I was up way before I normally am. I'll just use the app because I'm too embarrassed to go to the drive-thru and tell them that I want extra anything. I just want someone to give it to me, and I'll drive away like a thief in the night, right? So I use the app, and I add all the things in it. And I drive up there, and I wait, and the lady gives me the bag, and I come home and open it. And not only did it not have any of the extra stuff I asked for, it looked like smaller than normal. Now, here's the thing. Because I use the McDonald's app, there's no way to, in the app, tell it that it got it wrong and for them to correct it.
No.
They were like, here, call your local McDonald's. I'm not calling my local McDonald's. I how Grubhub, if something's wrong, you go, look, something's wrong with my order. This is wrong. They're like, okay, we'll credit you. No problem. Done. You can't do that with the McDonald's app. I don't know if I'm ever going to use a McDonald's app again. Because in this case, I spent extra money for nothing. And I can't get my money back, and I'm not going to go up there and embarrass myself. It's already bad enough. I'm not going to drive to the drive-thru and tell them how much of a fat butt I am. I'm not going to go up there and tell them that I didn't get my money's worth for not being a fat butt. You understand what I'm saying? If I wasn't going to go
leave
through
your house.
no, forget about that. It wasn't even about that at that point. It's like, I'm not going to go through the drive-through in the first place to embarrass myself. Why would I go back because they messed up my oil to double embarrass myself? I'm such a fat ass that I need you to fix this. I didn't get extra. It's just ridiculous. I'm done.
I think the weirdest thing is that I used McDonald's as like the first time ever example, and you've had this traumatic experience this morning. So I'm sorry to be a trigger to your day.
It was really, I'm over it until you brought it up. I had gotten over it.
It's fresh salt in the wound.
Re-triggering. All right. Anyway, plus I'm hungry right now, so that really upsets me. Okay. Next one up. Hi, y'all. I really enjoy the show and appreciate everything you guys talk about. I recently started a podcast and connected my RSS feed to my current YouTube channel. The niche is exactly the same, but the podcast does show up as a video under analytics as well. Will this affect my algorithm for actual videos, or is this separate? P.S. Candy corn is terrible, but do you guys remember sour Altoids? That might be the goat of candy. Sour Altoids.
I just bought a Canadian version of those.
Wait, first of all, what?
I literally just bought you can buy them on Amazon if you live in the States. It was like a Canadian version of sour Altoids.
What are the chances of you buying sour Altoids the day we get a message about sour Altoids? That doesn't even make any sense.
I don't know, but they're super expensive on Amazon, but they're worth it.
I don't understand. So do they not have an American version of sour Altoids anymore? You have to get Canadian.
They don't make sour Altoids anymore.
Except for in Canada, for whatever reason.
No, this is like a Canadian knockoff.
Oh, it's like the Wish version of sour Altoids? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's like the small business, very expensive sour Altoid industry.
You have gourmet sour Altoids?
Honestly, that's like literally what you would consider them.
All right, to try to answer this question, so here's the thing about
what was the question?
I know, I barely remember about podcasts and YouTube. It's basically a playlist. Podcasts are, they say they're treated differently, but in my experience, they're really not. It's just a playlist, and the RSS feed brings it into like its own playlist. Doesn't mess with your quote algorithm. Not really. It just consider them other videos. And if you did the RSS ingestion, then all it is your audio with like a video, with not even a video, but like a picture over top of it that you select. So we don't do it that way. What we do with our podcast, as you can see if you're watching on YouTube, is we actually film it live in video, and then we strip out the audio, or at least I strip out the audio and then send it to, the audio podcast. And I feel like for the YouTube audience, it's just better that way. Now, if you have older episodes where you weren't recording video, I suppose that's fine. And in some ways, if someone's using YouTube Premium, which we can talk about in a minute, as they have a new thing they announced today, then you can, listen to it, even if you like on your phone, if you swipe away, like it'll play in the background. That's okay, I suppose. But no, it's not. Is it going to mess up your algorithm? No, it's not really going to do that. But speaking of that, I don't know if you heard this, Jen. YouTube Premium, which we've talked about how you almost must have it as a viewer on YouTube, is they're testing something. I don't know if you saw the update today. They're testing Premium Lite, which I will jump on as soon as it comes out for everybody. So what it is, so YouTube Premium, for those who don't know, is basically like how you watch YouTube without ads, which is the whole reason that I watch it. But of course, the whole reason that I have that. But of course, there's other features that I don't use, like the music and stuff. I don't really care about, like I'll watch some music videos, but I don't use it. I mean, I use other things for streaming music. Do you use YouTube Music?
Not in that sense. I watch, music videos on YouTube, but not for like music, just the video.
Yeah. I just want the not commercials. That's all I want, right? So they're coming out with Premium Lite, which is like $8 rather than like $14 or something like that, which gives you that. I think the only thing it doesn't give you is downloadable videos and like the music.
Oh, I use that all the time. I would never compromise on downloading videos.
Yeah, I just don't download videos. Right? What do you download for? When you're on planes or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
See, but I do that with like long form content like Netflix and stuff.
I, once again, have to admit that I watch far too much YouTube, so I don't download movies or anything. I literally just download YouTube.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. They're testing it now, so even if you hear this, you might not have the option, but I guess it's coming. I suspect the test that they're doing on YouTube will do well, and they'll probably roll it out, and when they do, I'm going to switch because I don't use the other features. But yeah, I couldn't go back to a commercial thing with YouTube. Can't do it. All right. This one is an email. So we have a couple emails we'll go through. Hey, Travis and Jen. My niche is comic books, and I create unboxing videos as well as a weekly live show covering the hottest comic book covers.
Cool.
All of my unboxing videos are long form and go live every Monday. Currently, I'm 4 weeks ahead. Oh my gosh. With all my
Wow.
videos uploaded and scheduled. Is it beneficial for YouTube to see that I've been consistent and scheduled in advance, or would it be better to upload each day before it goes live? Thanks for your insight. That doesn't matter. It doesn't see. So the thing about the myth about consistency, Jen, which is probably really what this question is more about. It's like, oh, you should be consistent if you want to be successful. But that's more about having content that your viewership can consistently watch. It's not so much that the algorithm goes, oh, you've been consistent, let me get you more impressions. That's not what's happening. So whenever you're thinking of these things, always think about the human. Don't think about the machine. Like that part doesn't matter. So Jen, for example, like she downloads her videos when she gets on planes and stuff. Apparently, this is news to me. Needs you to keep uploading so she can download at least a couple things that she can watch while she's on the plane, right?
Actually, you want to know what we didn't even talk about the download? With the premium feature, they have smart download.
What's that?
So like YouTube automatically smart downloads things that they think I will like, and it's automatically downloaded for me on my phone,
Wow.
which is the craziest thing. It's suggesting content and it's also downloading it against my will. But
Against your will.
it's, it's like just smart downloads. So if like I was in a situation where I'm like, oh, I'm in the middle of the woods, I don't have service, how will I watch YouTube? Smart downloads.
Jen's got it covered. Don't worry.
Smart downloads.
If you're ever in the
Don't
middle
worry,
of a
guys.
forest,
I deleted TikTok though.
yeah, if you're ever in a forest and need something to watch, I'm sure Jen has you covered.
Come find me.
Come find her. What kind of videos is it downloading? Like, what is it downloaded for you?
It downloads actually people that I'm not even subscribed to.
Yeah, I would expect that.
Yeah, it literally is smarter than me. Like right now in my smart downloads, it has, let's see, some people that I unsubscribed to, podcast, I would say typical content that I normally watch. And then it also has a recommended download section.
Yeah, so this is interesting because this is a different type of algorithm. Here's what I find really compelling about this. So your YouTube homepage is an algorithm that looks at your watch history and predicts what you might want to watch, right? But here's what's interesting. It gives you like an entire page full of thumbnails and lets you decide. What you're describing is YouTube is still doing that first process, but then going, we think of all of these. Jen's going to watch this, 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 and this. That's like an extra bit of an algorithmic bump for those videos. That's really interesting. So the confidence that it's going to find things that you're going to like is so high that it's willing to download that stuff and hope that you watch it. And how accurate has it been for you?
It's actually really accurate, and all the timestamps are really accurate to my downloaded content because they're all like 30, 40 to an hour long. They're not like, oh, here's a couple of 5-minute refreshers. Like, no. They're like, oh, she's probably on a plane. We should give her some long content.
Yeah, just see all over the place. We need to go ahead and download these, I don't know, food ASMR videos or something. I don't know.
Yeah, all this good stuff. I think back to the point though, it's like oftentimes we view like YouTube, even the way like I refer to the algorithm like as a person who's like rewarding us
Tom.
or thinking for us. Yeah, he's just like, oh no, you're gonna like this. But it's the same way we think about like, oh, we're gonna be rewarded for good behavior.
Yeah.
It's like you're not rewarded for any behavior aside from making a good video.
Pretty much.
Like that's
yeah. Yeah, it's so true.
That's when you get rewarded.
That's so true. I love that. Such a good one. All right, next email. This one's from Joe. Hi, Travis. I heard your plea for an accidentally prepared t-shirt, so I made one for you and Jen until such a time you get your merch act together and make one for yourself. This is news to me. Is that a real thing? Hold on.
Fantastic.
I'm intentionally, not accidentally, preparing for monetization, but since my golf vlogging channel only has 32 subscribers, I've still got a way to go to get 500 subscribers and link my Shopify store, which I've had for a while. But now I'm hoping to sell golf-related shirts and merch and affiliate links to golf-related products. So your shirts will be free using the checkout code below in exchange for the value you and Jen have given me. Sometimes your advice is buried in passing comments that lights a bulb in my head, so thank you. I'll also give 20% off to accidentally prepared t-shirts for the first 50 people who used the checkout code vidIQ. Shipping is extra. The website is joesyardsale.com. Okay, he gave a code for me and you that's free, and then the 20% off code for accidentally prepared t-shirts is accidentally prepared is the code. Oh, sorry, use code vidIQ for 20% off accidentally prepared. I don't even remember us saying accidentally prepared, but I'm gonna look it up.
Funny.
Let me take a look. But yes, if you want, you can probably add a VS logo. Okay, if you have some rules about no, that's fine. Let me take a look at this accidentally prepared t-shirt. It's very simple. It just says accidentally prepared.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
I think I'm gonna order one. I think I'm gonna order one. Let me get the blue one. What was that in reference to? Do you remember? I'm gonna send you this. I'll send you this. Super simple.
Between accidentally prepared and statistically insignificant, we've used him a bunch.
Dude, this channel is ridiculous. Thank you, Joe. But but let's talk about what Joe is doing here, which I think is kind of cool. Trying to get ahead of the monetization by like selling merch and stuff. And the cool thing is, if Joe listened to that episode with Justin, he probably has even more ideas. Because I think this email came before the Justin episode released. I think it's great, Joe. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm gonna send a link to Jenn as well, and she can get one too. I think that's pretty cool, Joe. I think that's really great. So again, that's
way to go, Joe.
Maybe we'll put a link in the show notes or whatever there. joesyardsale.com. Thanks, Joe. Very cool. This is not the first time that one of their listeners has done something like this for us. We appreciate it every time. Okay, next one from Emily. Hey, Jenn and Travis, or special guest maybe. Thanks for mentioning live stream channel reviews on the main vidIQ channel. I had no idea they existed. They're also very helpful for insights, and I feel like I'm not alone when having a small channel, which is really important, I think. I think so we're fortunate. I think people listening to this podcast and stuff have a unique opportunity to have like a community that they can grow with, which is really cool. But for so many creators out there, they don't have like a community. So I'm really happy that they feel like they're not alone. I have a question. Does YouTube have an impressions budget for each channel? My 8th video was a viral moment for me and got 2,500 views in a week. My videos were averaging 20 to 70 views before that. When I published my 9th video, YouTube stopped promoting my viral video, but then a few days after it stopped promoting my new video, it went back to giving impressions to my viral video. It happened again when I published video 10. I promoted the new one, mostly stopped a few days later, started giving video 8 impressions again. Have you seen this before? I currently upload long-form videos every week. Thanks for the motivation and insights. My favorite candy is Ferrero Rocher. It's expensive, but I don't eat it often, from the UK. Ferrero Rocher. Okay, so I think I actually know what they're talking about here. But much like anything, Jenn, I don't want to spread misinformation. I will instead share my experience and see if maybe that leads to insights. Is there a promotion budget per channel? First of all, if there is, YouTube will deny it. In other words, a promotion ceiling. I can tell you for sure that I've heard from those who've worked with even creators as big as Mr. Beast say that there is a kind of an impression ceiling. They equated it to watch time. This was, of course, years ago. It might have changed since then. And I have seen in other creators that I've worked with a overall amount of impressions you can get per day or whatever, kind of a loose ceiling, so to speak. It doesn't mean the good videos won't still get views, but what Emily here is explaining, where one video comes out, that one the one that was doing well starts to get less impressions, and then this new one gets one, is kind of true. But it's kind of true, I think, for a different reason, which is when a new video comes out, it gets spread to your viewers and stuff first. And for people who maybe haven't seen the older video and they see a new video come up, they might click that first. But the question is, why would that change the impressions of the older video? Why would they keep going back up? This is where we could start stepping into conspiracy theory. I'm not going to do that. I will just validate that I have seen your experience before. And much like we said a couple weeks ago, Jenn, can't do anything about it, so don't worry about it. But I have seen this. So what about you? Have you seen
my favorite advice to give?
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
There's literally nothing you could ever do to fix this. So
someday my doctor's going to say the same thing, and I'll be like, look, I'm worried about it.
I mean, it's normal for videos to fluctuate. That's pretty much the bottom. Like viral videos will constantly go up and down.
That is true.
day to day
Yeah, that's
of
true.
traffic. They'll spike, they'll slow down. You'll think they died. Surprise, they're back. I mean, that's normal as far as like direct relation to the upload of new videos. I can't say that I've ever witnessed a correlation between that.
Hmm.
And I monitor lifetime views as like the only analytic on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know about that. Not in my experience.
I will just say that I would not. I feel like I have conversations like this with larger creators about the kind of nitty gritty details of things that I'll see like this, but I never really mention it to smaller creators because I feel like they sometimes focus too much on it, and they think that there's some way to kind of game themselves out of it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, just concentrate on making good videos. Figure out why that one video did well. Double down on that idea. Um,
Yeah.
that's better use of your time. But yeah, I mean, I've seen similar things to what you have described. So you're not crazy if that's. I mean, maybe you are crazy, but not for that reason. It'd be a completely different reason you'd be crazy. Not that one though.
It's a cool thing to realize. But like Travis said, you'd be better off just making videos that were similar to the good video and not worrying about the impressions getting stolen from different videos.
Yeah. All right, next one up. This one's from David. Travis, Jen, and assorted vidI crew, and a huge shout out to Rob because I'm from the UK. For a start, Travis, if you love cream eggs, but worry that you can't get them soon enough, well, first of all, when we're recording this, it's beginning of March, so you know what next month is. I say, well,
No,
that
they're
means
out. They're out.
they're out now. Well,
Oh
look,
yeah.
I'm gonna start ordering them soon, and I will be eating one an episode until I can't get them anymore. Which is gonna happen. Actually, what I should do,
One an episode.
I should have Jen eat one an episode, and I have to eat some candy corn an episode. Well, can't get candy corn.
Can't
So
get candy corn.
Maybe
That's
during
so funny.
during Halloween, I have to eat candy corn, and during this time of year, Jen has to eat Cadbury cream eggs.
Nah, holding you to it. You're a liar.
But worried you can't get them soon enough, you'll need to speak to Rob and move to the UK. You will find Easter chocolates from the new year, and I have been enjoying a lot of cream eggs with a cup of tea. Wow.
Oh.
I would recommend Cadbury mini eggs for your Easter chocolate of choice. Hard, crunchy shell, beautiful Cadbury chocolate. What's not to love? Yeah, those are pretty good as well. I just love the big ones. All right, here we go. Just to say a huge thank you for the podcast. I've been a long-term listener. I just want to say the last couple of podcasts resonated with me. I run a couple of small channels, main one 1,500 subs and a little bit less than 1,500 watch hours. But the change to my career as a doctor has been amazing. YouTube will actively support healthcare content creators and use this to combat misinformation on social media. When you are big enough you can apply to be a certified healthcare creator. Oh, I didn't know this. And hopefully your content will be supported by YouTube. In the UK, the team has been amazing building a healthcare creator community, and they're all awesome. I've had a lot of tweaks in my career that have started with, "Hi, Dave, I've seen your video on this, but how about this?" I'm a general practitioner, think family doctor, and I'm in the early stages of creating a business account that has been really successful in highlighting NHS services and ensuring that the right people get the right help. The joy of texting and YouTube is what cost me very little time to set it all up and good to go. And they said they've had some real success in referral numbers to their diabetes prevention service, which, by the way, I'm trying to get out of diabetes myself, which is targeted people with prediabetes, which is what I had. So thank you for doing that. Anyway, I get very excited and wrote a short ebook to build a community. And I have a section who follow. Give a shout out to the vidIQ team. I giggle with glee I will giggle with glee if you read this out. No doubts while I listen to your podcast, spend the other half with my brain reading patient letters and filling blood results. Keep up the good work. So that was just kind of a shout out to us. And they have a little picture here that says, I should put this. Examine couch to 5 videos who to follow. vidIQ, where to find them. vidIQ, Tube Talk. Why? The vidIQ toolbar extension is a must. I'm the only one with a free one and adds so much value. The podcast is my weekly listens, really funny, really engaging, lots of information. Listen, we appreciate you, Dr. Dave. And
That's
the fact
so sweet.
listen, Jen, we are helping doctors in the world. Can I just say that right now? We are helping
crazy.
doctors. Who's the real hero? The doctors or us?
Nobody answer that.
I think we're the real heroes. If we're helping the doctors and the doctors help people, we're at the top of the pyramid. It's like a pyramid scheme, but we're on the top of it. Dr. Dave, thank you so much. They have a link to a very short ebook, and I think it's for the vidIQ team. So I'm gonna set that out. That's really cool. I appreciate that. That's really nice. All right, so I'll save that for some of the vidI crew. They might want to read that later on. We're getting just lots of love from the community and the viewership. I love it. And this next one probably more the same because it has the subject says, "Hi Travis and Jen," and it's like with 6 exclamation points. So I'm super excited. "Hi Travis and Jen, just so you know, I'm your biggest fan, and I've been eating Pringles while binging your episodes at like 9:00 at night."
Oh my God, what kind of Pringles?
That's okay. Let's get into it. What are the only Pringles you would have if you're on an island? You can only have one type of Pringles.
Original. Oh, that's it. That's
Wait, aren't there like sour cream and onion Pringles?
In my world. Ugh.
What do you mean? Ugh. Are we gonna have a chip debate now?
That's not a Pringle. Nobody eats flavored Pringles.
Hold on. Let me go on Amazon right quick. We're gonna have to have this discussion. Let me look up Pringles.
It's like not even a Pringle. If someone's like, "Oh, you know what? I need a sour cream and onion chip right now," and then I showed up with sour cream and onion Pringles, that person would be irate.
Bro, they have an entire snack
No question asked.
They have the original, they have cheddar cheese, they have sour cream and onion, they have barbecue, they have cheddar sour cream, and they have pizza flavored. They got everything. It's Pringles. Six flavor variety. I'm sending this to your house. Pizza flavored
Pringles.
I'm sending this to your house right now.
I feel like pizza flavor is like an old classic Pringle flavor. Now that I'm thinking about it, but like, there's one flavor. It's the original.
I mean, original's aight, but listen, they got all these 17 other type of flavors. I'm all about these flavors, man. Wait, did we have an email we were reading? Okay, sorry. Oh, here we go. I have a channel that makes funny bird videos, I think. And they're very small with 89 subscribers. I'm mainly a shorts channel, and we have about 60 shorts, but we make videos about every month or two. We get about 500 views for our shorts, and after a day, they just stop. Okay, we've seen this before. Meanwhile, some videos just keep going to like 6,000 views. We're not sure why this is happening and what we can do to stay consistent for thousands of views. Okay, so number one, that's normal, especially for shorts, to get a whole bunch of views right up front, and then nothing. And then nothing.
Yep.
It's over for you. You're canceled. It's a wrap. No, that's not the case. It's not the case. It's normal. Shorts handle views differently than long form videos, as we know, because we're so smart. Views on shorts are like impressions for long-term video, for long-form video. What do I mean by that, Jen?
Are you asking me, or are you going to tell us?
I'm literally asking you to read my mind. What do I mean by that?
That I don't even know what you just said. That impressions for our shorts?
Impressions for shorts are like, impressions for long-form videos are the same as views for shorts. Why is that? It's almost like a quiz.
Yeah, right? I mean, shorts surface to so many people so much faster. The scale between the two of them. Is that an actual fact, though, in relation?
In a lot of ways it is, because you do technically get shorts impressions on like the desktop and stuff, right? Because it doesn't auto feed you. But for the most part, a short quote impression is a view, because when you're swiping, it comes up. It's not like you're looking at a whole bunch of short thumbnails and then clicking on one, unless you're on desktop. But we're kind of a weirdo who watches a whole bunch of shorts on their desktop. I'm just talking about on your phone. So
I feel like what you're saying could be taken very literal.
I mean, I am being kind of literal. What do you mean?
Yeah. So if you make a video that gets 100,000 impressions, and then you make that in a short, you'd be expecting 100,000 views.
No, what I'm saying is an impression and a viewer are, in this instance, are being used in the same way. So an impression on YouTube for long form is someone's looking at your thumbnail and title and deciding whether or not to watch. The only version of that really that there is for shorts, basically, is when someone gets force-fed your video and then decides whether or not to watch the whole thing. You see what I mean?
So you're just talking about it for the name, not because I'm going to say people, the way even I interpret it is that there's a correlation between long form video impressions and shorts views.
No, so basically what I'm saying is through the impressions, YouTube figures out whether or not to promote your video through the impressions / engagement on the video. The only thing a short has, because it doesn't really have impressions, you don't get a whole bunch of thumbnails of shorts and choose which one to watch for 90% of the views, right? It just comes up. You're watching it. You already have the view. You may not have even earned that view. It's just there. There it is. But that's basically the impression. And then whether or not someone watches it to the end or whatever is kind of the information that it gathers from that. There's no other way to get an impression for something that's force-fed to you. Does that, you know what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm saying as a viewer.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we're not saying Your long form impressions are now your shorts views.
Yeah, this is why I shouldn't do podcasts. Anyway, the long and the short of it is, I don't even remember what the question was. So hopefully that answered it. Probably did.
Why their shorts stops.
Why do they stop? Yes. So think of those 500 views as impressions, I guess is what I'm saying. And much like if you had 500 impressions on a video and you got like a 2% click-through rate and maybe a 30-second view duration and it stops getting impressions, it's the same thing for shorts. It stops because those were like the impressions to try to figure out, is there an audience that would watch these shorts? So to go back to what you were saying, like, well, how can you get the ones that only get thousands and stuff? You got to look at like, why did those other ones do so well? What's the topic? You know, was it the editing? Was it like something really interesting that happened in the video? Typically that's it. Also, sometimes
shorts are just like also unpredictable. Like, I'm just going to say it. There's like an unpredictability with shorts. Like sometimes you'll have a short pop off that like actually doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
And that's the shorts world.
You're 100% right. 100% right. Because shorts be kind of
There's not always an answer.
Shorts be shortened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and YouTube be YouTubing. Okay, I think we got 2 more questions. This one's from Matt. Good afternoon, Travis, Jenn, and the vidIQ crew. First and foremost, thank y'all so much for helping so many creators.
Oh.
I've been listening and watching the podcast and the main vidIQ channel for a while. It's been helping tremendously.
Oh,
Matt,
we love to hear it.
We love to hear that. The question I have is, does it make sense to mix 2 niches together? I've been experimenting with mixing gaming and motivational, inspirational content with some smaller results. I'm not sure if I'd want to grow more with a singular focus or 2 channels and keep mixing it together. So far, I've been implementing what I've learned from the main videos, the podcast, and being a Boost member of vidIQ. And I have little views, but recently changed to increase my view duration from around 9 seconds to 8 or so minutes. Wait, what? Let me make sure I understand this right.
Wait, how would someone only watch a video for 9 seconds? That seems inaccurate.
But it also wouldn't make sense to say 9 minutes to 8 minutes. That means it went backwards.
Wait, maybe they meant... Wait, what? What did they say?
This is what they said.
What did they?
Okay, had little views, but a recent change increased my view duration from around 9 seconds to 8 or so minutes, which is a huge difference. Maybe that's what they mean. Listen, Matt, if you have done that, you're a genius. Like, holy crap.
I mean, we're here to celebrate you, Matt.
Absolutely. An AVD of 8 minutes is hard enough as it is, but if it was 9 seconds before, you have done some real good changes. Congrats. All right.
Woo.
Overall, the goal is to help other people and creators grow personally and professionally while using entertainment content, even if it's just playing background noise for someone working. So I think for me, I love mixing 2 niches as long as it makes sense in some way. And a lot of times mixing 2 drastically different things it becomes viral. So for example, the one that I always bring up is the piano player that was playing classical music that went right into rap, which was really cool because you're thinking about and then you hear Dr. Dre coming and it's like, oh crap, that's really cool because it's 2 completely opposite things. You don't think about them, and all of a sudden you smash them together. And you see that a lot in viral videos. So if it's thoughtfully done, it can be really interesting. What are some niches that use like 2 different things and combine them into one? I know you probably watch.
Are they combining them into one though, or are they doing 2 different kinds of videos on the channel?
Well, he said combining niches, and I think that's, well, I think he said mixing niches, but I'm thinking combining is okay. Mixing 2 niches on the same channel, you're going to get mixed results. I'm thinking, here's how you answer this question in a way that's helpful. Combining 2 niches into one new niche is a great idea if it's thoughtfully thought through.
I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. That's where you like shine as a creator. That's creativity. That's what we're here to do. I don't know if that's what they mean though.
Well, that's what we're telling them.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. That's what we're telling them. They listen to us every week.
Like if they're just like playing games and like motivationally speaking throughout their gameplay, like we're here for it. Like,
yeah.
If they're, sitting in a studio making motivational videos and then the next upload is like a let's play, that's going to be challenging.
Random topics get random results.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want on your YouTube channel. That's the beauty of it. There's nobody saying, hey, you can't do that. Even if that's what you are doing, you just have to manage your expectations is that they're both not going to perform the same.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube should be fun. Don't let anybody tell you can't put whatever you want on your channel. Just don't expect every single video to be like popping off with 1 million views when they're totally different.
Yeah. We have actually two more. Okay. Hey, Travis and Jen in the vidIQ Collective. First off,
Hey.
love the pod. I,
Oh,
I was gutted this morning when I went to the Boost channel hoping to find a video I hadn't seen yet, only to realize to my horror I've watched them all. Now I'm left waiting a week for my little nuggets of candy corn knowledge. It seems like I'm down to the very
oh,
last candy corn in the packet before devouring the rest of the handful.
we're here.
We're here to commiserate with you.
Here to take the edge off.
With that in mind, I thought I'd bite the top off the proverbial cream egg and drop you an email with a question. When is the right time to consider a second YouTube channel? I
Ooh, that's a
started
good
my
one.
I love this. I started my quiz channel back in July of 2024 and have grown to over 2,700 subscribers, 300,000 channel views, and 50,000 hours of watch time. I got monetized at the end of November. Currently, I post 2 quiz videos per week, which tend to fall in 2 distinct styles. A slightly more relaxed 6-round pub quiz and a tougher, more challenging trivia and general knowledge quiz. While most of my quizzes are primarily graphic based, I do record questions in my Scottish voice to add personal
Oh,
touch. I love that, by the way,
fun.
and build a stronger sense of community, which I agree with. I think that's great. Having absorbed as much advice as I can from you guys, as well as the main channel, I'm starting to realize that these 2 quiz styles may have their own specific audiences overlap, and I'm wondering if I should split them into 2 separate channels that can help increase engagement, allowing each audience to focus on the type of quiz they prefer. So, Jen,
Mm,
they're both quizzes. And the difference between them, I'll say it once again, is one is slightly more relaxed, fun 6-round pub style quiz, trivia night style quiz. And the other one's a tougher, more challenging trivia and general knowledge quiz. Do you think this is something that they need to split into a second channel? Again, 2,700 subscribers, only been doing it for about a year, just less than a year. Is this that time, or should they wait a little bit longer?
for me, I don't think this should ever be split into 2 channels at all. I think you need to have multiple types of content out on the channel. You're still targeting the same audience. Just what somebody likes. This is now coming down to personal preference. I think you're potentially over analyzing the content itself. That's like saying you can have a cooking channel, but like, oh, people who like pasta, that's got to go on another channel because not everybody likes pasta. I mean, actually, everybody really does like pasta. That's probably
Pasta's
a bad
good.
example. But that's like saying everybody who doesn't like pasta, they got to have their own channel.
Hmm.
It can't be here. This is like a personal preference thing now, in my opinion. And you should have multiple types of content on the channel so that they all can reach slightly different people, but they can all grow in like those slightly different ways. If you do the one same thing over and over and over, one, it's going to get super boring, but also it's going to limit your growth eventually.
Yeah, I feel like you can look at the views between the two and really kind of get the answer there too. If one is drastically beating out the other, then you can tell what your audience is doing. But I mean, Jen's right. Like, they're both quiz shows. I feel like they're not so drastically different that you would need to split them. Obviously, if one was a quiz show and the other one was baking pizza, yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta split those.
Got to split it.
You gotta split it, but not all the time. So I think also another thing that's kind of important, and Jen talks about this a lot, is getting the reps in and getting used to getting your feet underneath you. You're not even been on YouTube for a year yet.
Yes. I love that you're bringing this up.
Yeah, get good, and then worry about splitting it. I mean, when you have,
Yeah.
yeah, so you still got, I think you still got some learning to do just from
You got
YouTube.
some years of experience before I would really consider another channel. And there's nothing wrong with starting another channel. You want to start another channel, go for it.
Right.
But you can also get to a point where starting another channel is going to be a kind of like an automatic success. And in this case, you're kind of learning and building 2 channels for no reason at all instead of dedicating to learning how to build one channel. Like when you start a second channel, you shouldn't be like learning anything. You're just making content that's being placed in a different location.
Yeah, I agree with that. You should
Yeah.
already
I mean,
know,
obviously, you're going to keep learning at things, but
but you
it's
should already
not,
know. You should already know
you
is what you're
should
saying.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It should be like second nature, and you're literally just uploading to a different account.
yeah. I agree with this, and I think that again, do whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
but it's early. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Don't rush it.
Don't rush
Yeah.
it.
Just
Enjoy.
enjoy the success of this channel and continue to experiment with different types of content. And who knows, maybe for your next channel, you're going to be on camera hosting a live game show.
You never
You don't
know.
know. You don't know what the future holds when it comes to creativity. You have no idea what your second actual channel will be,
That
and
is
it might
actually true.
surprise you.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Okay, last one for the day. Howdy, Jen and Travis. I'm a big fan of vidIQ and the Boost. I normally listen to the podcast on Spotify.
Oh,
I still don't really understand analytics too well, but I'm understanding it a little bit more every time I listen to y'all. I do want to know what your thoughts are on the test and compare feature, because I've heard a lot of mixed opinions if it actually works or doesn't. I use it because I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to thumbnails or how to make them. You would think as an artist I would be able to make good thumbnails, but I don't believe I do. Anyway, I think it's Jen that likes candy corn, right? If so, I'm with you. Candy corn is the best. But just to start
yes.
one more food argument, should pineapple go on pizza? I say no,
No.
because that's
Get out.
disgusting and it's worthy of a
No,
crime.
stay then. Stay. We are the same. We are soulmates.
Yeah, no, I don't. I would never order pineapple on a pizza. Every once in a while, that's
God, Travis has something in common with me.
Hawaiian pizza is not terrible though. So ham with the pineapple on top is not terrible, but I'm not looking for it. Typically, it's what's left because all the other good pizza was eaten, and what's left is the one with pineapple on top.
A fantastic way to put it.
I mean, for real.
That's fantastic.
You go to a pizza party and they have, like three different types of pizzas. What's the one that always has slices left? Definitely has pineapple on it. 100% sure. That's a guarantee.
1,000%.
That's a guarantee.
For the desperate, for the people, the zero waste people.
Yeah, we can argue about it.
They're coming in and eating that pizza strong.
I think we just agree. All right. So the question is the A/B testing thumbnail tool. What do we think of it? I think, what did you have your? I know that John has really had strong opinions.
We had a good conversation. Yeah, John and I have the same opinion on this. We had a good conversation about this on our New Year's.
Oh yeah, that was the episode. Yeah,
edition on the main channel where all four of us were chit chatting about stuff. I forget this even exists. The one thing they said that stands out to me is they're trying to obviously learn how to make better thumbnails. Is this helping? How is this helping them do that? And that's something they should be thinking about. If this is providing you helpful information, which I honestly don't know how it would be. But if it is valuable to you, then keep using it. But that's really if it's achieving the goal of learning how to make a better thumbnail. If you're, I don't know if this person said their channel size or their experience or anything, but as a small new creator, this is not going to give you any information for weeks or come up as statistically insignificant.
Oh, there we are. Look, I knew it was coming up eventually.
That is statistically insignificant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. I mean, for this person, I don't know.
I think you bring up some good points. If someone is able to have a size channel where you're actually going to get results, because the unfortunate reality is that smaller channels don't get as many impressions, there are times where you will probably get results back that are inconclusive. It'll say they're inconclusive. But if you are a channel that does get enough impressions to come up with an answer, I think the other issue is that most people don't know how to use the tool, which is what this creator said, which means most people aren't making drastically different thumbnails between. They should be. That's the whole point of this thing. They're making just little tweaks here. Maybe there's a different color text here. That's not the point of this tool. That's not what it's for. You can use this to learn from it if you do two different styles of thumbnails and you're planning on kind of using one of those styles more moving forward, and know that style has won more times than it's lost against the other style, right? Like that would give you some information you can go along with. But to be perfectly honest, most people aren't doing that. They're just changing little things here and there, so you don't even tell the difference, and you think that's supposed to tell you something. Of course not. Of course not. So try drastically different things. See if it gives you a definitive result, and you can move forward with that. But other than that, most people aren't using it right anyway. And YouTube really hasn't helped. It's not like they're telling people, in order to get good data out of this, you need to have 3 completely different thumbnails. They're not telling people that. Terrible. Bad YouTube.
Just focus on making one good thumbnail. If you're not making good thumbnails as is, why are you making 3, mediocre thumbnails?
It's the only way.
Focus on putting that extra time into one good thumbnail, and then work on one good thumbnail after that thumbnail for the next video. I think that I'm going to say a brutal truth. A/B testing is a cop-out for small creators.
I'm
Ouch.
sorry. Can you
Burn.
repeat that? I would like to hear you say that again. I would like to hear that again. Say it again.
It's so aggressive, but I can even fall into this myself. I will personally say, like, I am a victim of overthinking and indecision. And when you have the option to just say, oh, screw it, I'm going to upload both, or I'm going to make a couple because I can't, take the time to decide if I believe this is a good thumbnail, then you just do that instead. And then you still don't get the information back whether it was really good or not. But it's definitely, I think it's an excuse to just make more mediocre thumbnails instead of one really good thumbnail.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Yes, I agree. Holy
I
hand
can't help
grenade.
it. It's mean, but it's the truth. And I will count myself in that as a creator. No questions asked. But like, I don't know. There's people soul searching right now.
I love it. People are thinking about things like, why am I listening to this podcast? I feel attacked.
Feel attacked. They're like, darn it, I need to
Dang.
make one good thumbnail now.
I love it. Anyway, listen, that's what we're here for.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, it's true. I can also say this because I've worked with creators who openly like admit this. Like, I don't want to decide on one good thumbnail. I don't want to put that work in. That's like one of the hardest things about being a creator. And when you can kind of take that pressure or stress off and just upload a few, okay, why not? But is it helping? I don't think so.
Yeah, for the most part, it is not. Anyway, that brings us to a close of today's episode. It's good to have Jenn back. It's always wonderful to have you back. She'll be back again, and again and again and again. And then you'll be seeing her even more on the main channel stuff. She's got all types of things cooking. She's in there cooking,
Whoop whoop.
as they say.
We cooking.
They say, let her cook, is what they say. All right.
We cooking.
Anyway, we'll see y'all in the next one. If you're watching on YouTube, of course, hit that subscribe if you like. And if you're listening on the audio podcast, leave us 5 stars because we need them. We need all of them.
We only
Please.
accept 5 stars.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all we need. That's it. Goodbye.